Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Super happy and grateful to have you guys on another Sunday development session where we study the book Think and Grow Rich. We went through every chapter thus far, starting off with thoughts or things, getting to desire, faith. Now we are on autosuggestion, right? This is the medium for influencing the subconscious mind, also known as the third step towards riches. So there are 13 steps, 13 principles, and autosuggestion is the third principle there. So if you have never seen my face, heard my voice before, my name is Chelsea S. Sellers Wilson, serial entrepreneur, certified resiliency trainer, transformational coach, international keynote speaker, and I'm based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So the business that holds me and all of my accolades and titles is Eminence Guru LLC, and the mission is to impact 7,000 plus lives, showing those individuals the pathway to seeing their future, creating their world, unleashing their power, and claiming their blessings. And the vision is to do that through speaking, teaching, and coaching on elite information. So the information that we're going over tonight is a form of the elite information that allows me to live out my passion, my purpose, and better serve you. So thank you so much for tuning in, whether you are live or catching the recording. Super happy and grateful for you either way. So let's hop right into it. It says here, and how I do this, guys, if this is your first time, I don't read word for word within the chapter. I'm going over just highlighted parts that stand out, that are key for you. So for those of you who have not gotten the book just yet, hopefully you get the book soon. And for those of you who are just not going to get the book, we have some tidbits in here for you to take notes on. All right. So autosuggestion is a term which applies to all suggestions and self-administered stimuli, which reaches one's mind through the five senses. So those five senses being your hearing, your seeing, smell, touch, taste. Those are the five senses there. Autosuggestion is just self-suggestion. All right. So affirmations, when you're speaking to yourself, I am confident, I am smart, I am beautiful, I am excited, right? These are self-suggestion statements, okay? So through the dominating thoughts, which one permits to remain in the conscious mind, whether these thoughts be negative or positive is immaterial, all right? It's immarital. The principle of autosuggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influences it with these thoughts. So with that being said, understand that your conscious mind, that is the gatekeeper to your subconscious mind. So your conscious mind, these are your thoughts, right? If you haven't started taking notes, I want you to take this down right now. Your conscious mind is the gatekeeper to your subconscious mind, okay? So your conscious mind, those are your thoughts. That's where the thoughts lie. And the subconscious mind, that's where your feelings lie, right? And those thoughts are coming in through the five senses. So nature has built man so that he has absolute control over the material which reaches his subconscious mind through his five senses. Again, those five senses are hearing, seeing, smelling, touching, tasting. Okay? So autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature or by neglect, which permit thoughts of destructive nature to find their way into the rich garden of the mind. So let's go ahead and break this down right here. I know that was a little bit of a mouthful, all right? But before we get on the statement, right, of rewiring, understand this here. Your conscious mind, like I said, those are the thoughts. That's your thinking mind. So here, when information is impressed with repetition and emotion, this is when it is passed on through the subconscious mind, right? When information is impressed with repetition and emotion, you're repeatedly thinking of it and you're mixing emotion with it, it has no choice but to pass on through the subconscious mind. Why? The emotion is what leads it there because your subconscious mind is where your feelings lie, right? And the conscious mind, this contains 6 intellectual factors. Those 6 intellectual factors being imagination, intuition, reason, will, memory, and perception. Okay? So we got that. That's the conscious mind. The subconscious mind, where your feelings lie, this is the emotional mind, right? This is where the subconscious mind must accept all information impressed upon it through repetition or emotion. Anything that's pressed upon that through repetition or emotion, this is the part of the mind that accepts it. Okay? And the subconscious mind controls the vibration of the body. All right? Okay? So that is why it's the thoughts control the feelings. Your feelings are dictating your actions, and then your actions are displaying your results. So your body, this is the actions. This is the doing part of our personality, right? The vibration of the body is decided by thoughts held within the subconscious mind. Right? So, moving along, talking about paradigms, right? And how they influence, right? All right. So your paradigms influence perception. It influences the use of time, your creativity, your effectiveness, your logic. It influences your ability to earn money, your productivity. That's your paradigm. Okay? So now what we need to do is we've got to form a statement of our desires. All right? And when we form this statement, now that we understand that nature has built man so that he has absolute control over the material which reaches his subconscious mind through the five senses, we know this, right? Okay? So now, understand, after today, you cannot say, if somebody tells you this information, I know, and you're not doing it, because to know and not to do is not to know. To know and to do, you're knowing now. Okay? So, you've got to know that when you're reading words, when you're affirming yourself, autosuggestion, self-suggestion, right? The mere reading of words is of no consequence. Unless you mix emotion or feeling with your words. So your subconscious mind recognizes and acts only upon the thoughts which have been well mixed with emotion or feeling. You've got to have the emotion and feeling behind it. Plain unemotional words do not influence the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, that's your thoughts. The subconscious mind, that's your feelings. You're not going to get any results until you learn to reach your subconscious mind with thoughts and with words or with words which have been emotionalized with belief. Right? So we've got to rewire your paradigm. Right? You've got to rewire your paradigm. So when we were babies, born, day one, okay? From birth to age 7, really to age 15, but before age 7, our subconscious mind, it wasn't really there. The filter wasn't there, all right? It was there, but the filter wasn't there, all right? Our conscious mind, which is the filter, it hadn't really developed yet. So everything was emotionalized, right? So everything that was within our environment was absorbed fresh. Like, think about a fresh sponge and you dip it in water for the first time. right? Your paradigm, that's that subconscious and conscious mind, right? So we may have been in some environments that had us thinking one way that necessarily wasn't the best, right? I want you to understand ignorance isn't stupidity, it's lack of awareness. All right? Ignorance isn't stupidity, it's lack of awareness. So we need to rewire the paradigm and define your goal, your chief aim, your sweet spot. Right? We've got to define that. And we've got to focus on it daily. And when we focus on it daily, we speak it, we see it, we've got to also feel it. We've got to feel good. Right? The subconscious takes any orders given to it in spirit of absolute faith. Now, please know that the orders have to be presented over and over again through repetition. Remember, I said the subconscious mind is accepting all information impressed upon it through repetition and emotion. Okay? So, possibly play a trick on your subconscious mind. This is what it says right here in the book. Consider the possibility of playing a perfectly legitimate trick on your subconscious mind by making it believe, because you believe it, that you must have the amount of money or riches you are visualizing. The riches is already awaiting your claim. The subconscious mind must hand over to you the practical plans for acquiring those riches, which are yours. Okay? So here's what it is about the plan. All right? Do not wait for a definite plan through which you intend to exchange services or merchandise in return for the money you are visualizing. But begin at once to see yourself in possession of the money. Your subconscious mind will hand you over a plan, plans that you need. Be on alert. When they appear, put them into action immediately. When the plans appear, they will probably flash into your mind through the sixth sense. We'll talk about the sixth sense later, all right? But they're going to flash into your mind through the sixth sense in the form of an inspiration, all right? Think about when you've gotten inspired by something, okay? Treat it with respect and act upon it as soon as you receive it, all right? Do not trust to your reason when creating your plan for accumulating money. Your reasoning may be lazy. If you depend entirely upon it, it may disappoint you. So all that's saying there is that what you think is the way to go may not be the way to go. Okay? So for you, you need to define, if you need a plan, you're going to define your chief aim, right? That goal where it's big enough that gets you excited, but small enough where you still believe in it, because you got to believe in it. Focus on it daily and feel good. You can also listen or read different positive material, books, audios, right? Study Think and Grow Rich like this. Audios, like Luke Longmire, he releases his podcast through all podcast streams, so Spotify, Apple, whatever that holds podcasts every Wednesday, right? Pray. Surround yourself with positive people. This is your, if you need a plan, right? Any plan you're going to, because somebody feel like they just have to do something, right? Listen, the plan that you're thinking to exchange the services or merchandise for the money that you want, that may not be the plan. So here's what you focus on. Remember, you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. You work hard on the job, you'll make a living. So here's the plan to work on yourself while you're waiting on that plan. Because it's going to come to you in a flash in a form of inspiration. Turn off the TV, right? Get off social media aimlessly. You're just on there just scrolling. Develop a gratitude practice daily. Express it, experience it. Breathe. Morning routine. Okay? So, Here are 6 steps to stimulate the subconscious mind. I just gave you a plan right there, right? But here are 6 steps within the book. Go into some quiet spot. Close your eyes and repeat aloud the written statement of the money you intend to accumulate. That written statement, guys, is going to involve income, passion, and purpose. Income, passion, and purpose. What's the income you desire? What's your passion, right? And what's your purpose? What's that passion? What excites you? What do you have a burning desire for its achievement? And what's your why behind it? What's that purpose, right? So go into a quiet spot. First step, go into a quiet spot, close your eyes, repeat aloud the written statement, okay? Step 2, repeat this every morning, every night. You're going to do this until you can actually see it. You can see that money that you intend to acquire, all right? It's in your imagination. Step 3, make you a copy of your written statement and place it where you can see it every morning and every night. Okay? So that way you can say it and see it when you rise. You can say it and see it when you are at nightfall. Okay? What you're doing here is applying the principle of autosuggestion. This is how you do it. I'm not just going to tell you about it. Remember, guys, when you hop on this thing, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, but I'm going to tell you how to do it. I just told you how to do it. Okay? So, as I said, you're going to define your chief aim, focus on it daily, go into that quiet spot, repeat it morning, night, listen to podcasts, read books, self-help books, turn off the TV, surround yourself in a positive environment, right? Pray, slow down, breathe, express and experience gratitude. This is applying the principle of autosuggestion. And you're doing this to give orders to your subconscious mind. You control it. Your subconscious mind will act only upon instructions which are emotionalized, as well as handed over to it with feeling. Faith is the strongest and most productive of the emotions. All right? Follow these instructions no matter how abstract or impractical that they may seem. All right? Give you some time to take some notes right through there. So, it says, man may become the master of himself and of his environment because he has the power to influence his own subconscious mind. That's what I leave you off with there. Man may become the master of himself or of his environment because he has the power to influence his own subconscious mind. That statement right there, guys, all right? You're having the power to influence. It's going to bring me back, and this is where we'll end off at. It's going to bring me back to what I said, ignorance isn't stupidity, it's a lack of awareness. When you are not aware, right, and you're in that state of ignorance, that's what's going to bring worry. Worry and doubt. And worry and doubt brings fear. Fear is crippling. So then that's where anxiety sets in it. All right, if you're ever wondering, oh my gosh, I have anxiety, I don't know how to control my anxiety, right here. There's something that you are lacking awareness of that's causing worry and doubt, which that intends to cause fear. Fear is crippling, and that is where anxiety sets in at. That anxiety, if you don't handle it and you suppress it, that anxiety is suppressed, which turns to depression. So the suppression turns into depression. And then the depression turns into dis-ease, also known as disease, right? And if you stay there long enough in a state of dis-ease, your body infested with the disease, right? Then your body will disintegrate. So when we have awareness, that's lack of awareness. This is what happens when we have the awareness that we can be, do, and have any and everything. When we are aware that we can become the master of ourselves, we can become the masters of our environments, because we have the power to influence our own subconscious mind. When we are aware of that, that then turns to understanding. We can have, be, and do any and everything that we want. And all you have to do is have faith. That understanding becomes faith. That I know that this hasn't worked just for one person. It didn't work just for Bob Proctor. It didn't work just for Earl Nightingale. It didn't work just for Henry Ford. It didn't work just for Napoleon Hill. It didn't work just for Tony Robbins. It's been multiple people that it's working for. It's a small percentage, but it's worked. And for the other percent that it hasn't worked for, they're just not aware. Right? Their paradigms are wired in a way that they don't see this side of life. So your understanding turns to faith. Your faith turns to well-being. Right? You're thinking good. You're feeling good. You're doing good. You're getting good results. You're healthy all the way around, financially, physically, emotionally, mentally. Your well-being turns into expression. Right? You start to express this. Express how happy you are. You're doing it through meditation. You're expressing and experiencing gratitude. You start to really express it. Wow, I'm so thankful. I'm really blessed with abundance. And then your expression turns into acceleration. You're starting to soar. And as you're accelerating, you're at ease. And when you're at ease, you're able to create. Right? This is on the other side of ignorance. Ignorance isn't stupidity, it's a lack of awareness. So this is what happens when you have awareness. And you've experienced this before. You don't realize it, but reflect. I challenge you, if you haven't got anything and you don't know what to do after here, right? Number one, re-listen to this podcast, this recording. Number two, think about where you have been aware and you've had understanding and you had absolute faith and you were well and you started to express and experience the gratitude for it and you started to accelerate and you were at ease and you created, right? Think about that. So your conscious mind, that's your thoughts. Your subconscious mind, those are your feelings, right? Rewire the paradigm by having that income, passion, and purpose statement, that C-type goal, right? That goal where it's big enough that gets you excited, but small enough where you still believe in it. Focus on that daily and feel good. Be aware of your environment. Self-suggestion, guys. Doing this is applying the principle of self-suggestion. So, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And in the meantime, remember to see the future, create your world, unleash your power, and most of all, claim your blessings. I'll see you guys.